Tonight we start off, cut me in with Elusive Ninja. You guys all know him because he basically just made a name for himself by ninja diffusing in the craziest ways. So we're gonna go ahead and bring him in, and we'll do this. This is Elusive Ninja right here. This is his logo, which is pretty freaking dope. And Elusive, come on in, buddy.
What up? What up? What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys? Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it, of course.
Well, we'll go ahead and start off with trying to find out, exactly how long it's been. So, how long have you been doing Melee?
So, I started really, I dabbled a little bit in COD 4, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I was actively knifing in COD 4.
Yeah.
I would say I actually started knifing in the OG Modern Warfare 2. And it's funny because I actually started knifing and ninja diffusing pretty much within the same month. Because what had happened was I essentially seen people do it to me in a match. So the first time I saw a ninja diffuse, that shit blew my mind. It's like, no way, I got to start doing this. Then I seen some guy get a 20 bomb in SND, knifing only, and that shit blew my mind. So I kind of started doing both at the same time, but I would say I definitely think I started knifing a little bit earlier than I did ninja diffusing. So that was back in Modern Warfare 2, the original one.
Yeah.
A long time ago. I'm getting old.
So how long you been doing it? What game? And then you kind of showed what inspired you to do it there. As far as, you saw somebody knifing in a game and then you,
Yeah. So the thing is, just to clarify, right? I've been knifing and ninja diffusing before I was making content. So what inspired me to start knifing was literally some random fucking guy in a match. But what made me want to start making content was different people. So I had a couple guys that I used to watch. Make You Say WTF, if you're watching, this is my boy. Shout out to him. He was one of the first guys on YouTube making ninja montages, so he definitely was an inspiration for me. As well as Erasable Ninja, but a lot later on. But I would say Make You Say WTF was one of the first guys kind of making that happen on YouTube. So I didn't start making content until Black Ops, let me think. So Black Ops 1, bro, which was, the best. That's when we had the tomahawks and all that stuff. So I kind of did a combination of both.
Yeah, a lot of the older maps were really hard to ninja diffuse on because of how bright the games were. I remember Black Ops was.
Yeah, but the good thing is that they had better perks than we have now, right? So
That's
for
true.
example, they had Ninja Pro, so you literally be able to sprint around in complete silence. So you have Deaddy the whole time. And then they had Cold-Blooded Pro, which allows you to, essentially, you don't even have a name tag or the little red diamond over your head.
Yeah.
So you're essentially able to blend in anywhere. So ninja diffusing was a lot of fun back then. And people were less campy.
Yeah, that's true.
Campy like they are now,
Yeah, that's true. But I think the camping is what makes it even better nowadays, is because of would you have a 1v6 recently? A 1v6 freaking diffuse. Who does that? How does that? You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy, Chris, is that now it's harder to get a 1v6. Not because, you die faster, but also people play a little bit like turtles now. So, back then in the older CODs, people will rush plant. The entire team will go to one bomb and rush plant it.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore. The minute the round starts, everybody goes and finds their corner. Like pussies. I know this is kick, so we can talk freely, thank God. But literally the round starts and everybody finds their corner, and it's just there's not a lot of people in one place to be able to pull off a nice satisfying ninja diffuse with everybody around. It doesn't happen too often. So a 1v6 in this game is a lot more impressive than a 1v6 ninja in the older games, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I do have I'll have some extra questions for you that I normally wouldn't have for the other ones because of just the
Sure.
Your niche, but
Yeah.
What was your favorite melee weapon coming up?
I'll be honest, and I don't want to sound crazy, but or boring. But I always like to stick to the regular knife, bro. I think the ballistic knife was good, but because I came up knifing at the same time that there was a lot of, like, I came up knifing when the knifing community was fucking crazy, bro. Like, I used to watch Vicstar, and I used to watch a couple of the other knifing people. I can't even remember. I remember there was a team called the Knife Animals. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them, but they had like Knife Penguin, and dude, these guys were crazy doing knife trick shots and shit like that.
Hey, mark my words, bro. Mark my words. I'm gonna get Vicstar one of these days. Mark my words. I'll do it.
Absolutely should.
I'll do it.
Dude, I used to watch his montages, and it'll blow my fucking 12-year-old mind. That shit's crazy. But so to me though, what I'm trying to say is, like, to me, there's a hierarchy of stuff that you should be using if you're a knifer. So here's what I mean by that. Your first, and I know Bless is in here, so Bless is going to understand exactly what I mean. Your first instinct when you see an enemy should not be to melee. It's supposed to be throwing knife. If you miss your throwing knife, then you go for the melee. So, like, when you add the ballistic knife, in my opinion, it's almost like, okay, so I have the throwing knife or the tomahawk or whatever, if it's Black Ops. I missed that. I'm gonna go for the ballistic knife. I missed that, then you go for the actual melee itself, you know? So to me, I never really went for the ballistic knife, to be honest. But to me, I always like to run just the knife, because in my experience, a lot of times the different variations of the melee weapons affect your speed. And I always like to be quick, like, you know, so I can get feeds and shit like that. Well, I used to be a lot better back then, but for me, speed it like trumps everything. So if there's anything that slows me down, I don't really like to rock it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I pretty much dropped the shield except for whenever we do like the trolling stuff. Like lately, we've been doing that shock charge and Betty thing where you throw the shock charge and throw the Betty and it blows up. It's really funny, actually.
Yeah, shit's tough. I've never
so
really been a fan of the shield. Just because, again, this is just like customary knifing stuff, like, just, you know, people who rock a shield. I don't mean to talk down on anybody who rocks a shield, of course not, because everybody has their own play style, of course. Like, even the way I play might be weird to other people because I do a combination of knifing and ninja, you know. So
yeah, bully.
But to me, yeah, just the shield is just like, come on, man. It's slowing me down. And also, I want to remove as many excuses from the enemy team as I absolutely can. So it's like, damn, this guy just fucking killed the entire team with literally just a knife and no shield.
Yeah.
That's a fucking go right there, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear, oh, but you have a riot shield. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Know?
Yeah, I've noticed that going up against riot shielders, if the difference between missing with my crossbow shot and still hitting them is them wearing a shield, and I love it. Like, go ahead and wear your shield, bro. All you're doing is giving me a free kill.
Bro, when they have a riot shield and you have a crossbow, it's like the best matchup to me, because they think you have no other option. Like, dude, I'll just shoot your shield and you're fucking dead.
Right.
Like, you're dead.
So I was talking with Sir Knives a lot.
Oh yeah.
And he was telling me that. So I'll go ahead and say, I'll ask you the question of, how did you come up with your name?
So that's funny you mentioned that. So my name was actually Sir Knives a Lot for years. I even built a little bit of a name by Sir Knives a Lot. Like, I had a YouTube channel with about 1,600 subscribers. I built up my name as Sir Knives a Lot. Ironically, I've had it for a long time. And actually, when I met Bully, I think that was what, Cold War Bully? I don't remember. It might have been Cold War or Vanguard. I'm not sure. But I was still going by Sir Knives a Lot. I just recently changed my name to Elusive Ninja because I was pivoting my content to more ninja stuff, because I felt like it was just a little bit easier to edit, and I can make it look a little bit cooler, and I'm more experienced in that when it comes to editing stuff. So I changed my name. So when I joined the Knifers Anonymous group chat, and I saw this dude named Sir Knives a Lot, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And me and him had a conversation. And yeah. So we had the same name, actually. It's pretty funny.
That's great. I love it. Yeah, because we were playing last night, and he was like, little tidbit here, because I was talking about interviewing you today. He's like, yeah, so this used to be his name, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I literally sent him a clip of a little kid on the game recognizing me, like, "Oh my god, I use your knives a lot," and that's so funny, bro. But we had like a little bit of a ritual, bro. I handed him the cape. I was like, "Yo, moving forward, you're taking the mantle, bro. You're like Batman or some shit."
Yeah,
So,
literally sliding the sword across the round table, bud.
yeah. So
Let's see. So what we'll go with and I usually ask like what is like the easiest game to knife on? Well, you can answer both. Like what is the easiest game to knife on and the hardest game to knife on? We'll start with that.
easiest game, Cold War. It was so easy that I got bored and I stopped playing it. I did, I was doing it was fun. Obviously, you can shit on the team. When in Cold War, you can shit on the team using knives easily. But then after a little bit, when you start feeling like, okay, it's a little bit cheesy, and again, this is just my opinion. I know a lot of people love Cold War, but it's just my opinion.
Nope.
If it feels like everyone can do it, I don't like doing it. You know what I mean? That's just how I operate.
Yeah.
I would say that's the easiest. Excuse me. That's the easiest game to knife in. And the hardest, damn. I can't even. Let me think. Probably Modern Warfare 2019. Maybe I would say. Let me think.
You're not gonna go with the
Warfare
jetpacks or anything like that? The jetpack games?
Hell no. I stopped playing COD when those games came out. Was not a fan at all. At all. The only game that I played that was a little bit futuristic was Black Ops 4. I was a really big fan of that game. I liked it. Did you ever play Black Ops 4 or no?
I played every single Call of Duty, but the jetpacks game I played the least of because I can't stand jetpacks.
Yeah, just come on, bro. I'm trying to knife a guy. He's doing a backflip, levitating through the air. Like, yeah, no, I'm not playing against the Avengers, bro. Like, log me off. I'm not playing that.
Yeah.
But to me, do you play 2019, right?
I played everything, yeah.
Yeah, knifing on that game was pretty difficult, I would say. But when I say that at the same time, no, yeah, it was. In my opinion, I think 2019, off the top of my head, was the hardest to knife in, especially with the combat knife. It had no lunge, bro. Once they dropped the Cali sticks, it got a little bit better.
Yeah.
And the Kadachis were okay, but then you sprint like fucking Patrick Star. You're super slow. It's terrible.
Yo, the Kadachis, I mean the sticks, man, they changed the game, bro.
Oh hell yeah, that was fire. Those sticks were the funnest thing about that game, I feel like. And ninja diffusing in that game was absolutely marvelous too. It was great because it was gritty. It was kind of dark.
Yeah.
So you're able to pull off really, really good stuff. That game had a lot of polish compared to some of the newer games, in my opinion.
I bet Modern Warfare 3 like probably had some good ones too. Like I think.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
So we'll go with that. So since you said the hardest are, but what's the easiest game for you to diffuse in Ninja Diffuse?
Like, I think it would. Let me think, bro. I probably Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1, not because it was easy, but just because the maps were laid out in a way where there was a lot of spots that you could actually find, like, in the newer games that have like invisible walls and shit like that, where you can't get on top of certain stuff. On the older games, that was not existent. You can get on anything.
Yeah, you could, like, that's a big thing, was getting out of the map in games like that. So, well, all right, guys. Once again, what a great interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone knows Elusive. They know what he does. They know what kind of a dude he is. He's a good guy. Like, just super awesome to play with and talk to and everything. And he's even super helpful off the scenes too. Like, you can bet that. He's a really good friend. So, but thank you guys for showing up. It means a lot to me because you guys are here, and we got to, I love you guys, like, jabbing in the comments. That's how we do. So it's just really fun. There's a few missing faces that normally is in here, which is all good. They'll watch it on YouTube. It's all good too. But
yo, guys, before you leave, make sure you follow Chris's kick. Before you leave, make sure we run it up to fucking support him and everything that he's doing. And thank you again for showing up.
And while we're doing that, make sure you go to YouTube too, because this is where this interview is, and all the old interviews. If you haven't seen them, they're all on there.
Yeah, Chris, who's the past lineup for anybody who might be new to your stuff?
So,
what lineup have you had, just so they can know?
So the Ghost of Caldera, Orzek, MKO, which is Mr. Knives Only,
was great,
and Axe King and Renablade. Oh, don't worry about that. Hey, the female knifers are coming too. That's happening. I already got that talking about.
This is a little bit sexist, bro. We got to get some females in here.
Come on, I already talked about that. But the conversation that I was having with Bully, I was having like Bully was supposed to be next, but I put you in. I'll put you on, and then I'm gonna put Bully next, depending on what he does. But I may pull a female in here first. May do that first, like just to see. Because I'm honestly, I'll just be like, yo, who wants to do this? Let's go. So I'm gonna say pretty much that like that's about it for tonight. But keep a lookout. Again, we're gonna have like a bunch of people. There's like so many knifers that we're gonna get on here, and so I don't have a schedule, but I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna get one set because it's hunting season, so Friday through Sunday is kind of hard for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, man, again, thanks everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'll talk to y'all real soon. Elusive, you are fucking man, dog, and I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate you. Later, guys. Thank you for showing up. Gang.